KP.2 variant rampant in Guangdong, sudden deaths double. Scholar reveals key to Xi Jinping's grip on power. Massive sale of Chinese entrepreneurs' data at 2 cents each. CCP announces issuance of ultra-long bonds, debt security questioned. Hunan merchant discovers nearly 500 million yuan in unpaid gas bills, sparks heated debate. It's all covered in today's China Truths. KP.2 variant rampant in Guangdong, sudden deaths double. The COVID-19 pandemic has continuously plagued China without cessation. Recently, the highly contagious new coronavirus variant KP.2 has spread widely, prompting the CCP authorities to acknowledge for the first time that Guangdong province has succumbed to the outbreak. This has heightened concerns about the worsening epidemic in China. On May 3, the WHO labeled this third-generation sublineage of the Omicron JN.1 variant as a variant to watch. On May 14, the Chinese CDC disclosed that the KP.2 variant was first identified from a local case in Guangdong on March 11. As of May 12, they have tracked 25 instances of the KP.2 sequence. The CCP's history of downplaying the epidemic's severity has led many to believe the actual numbers are much higher, especially since the CCP is currently not conducting sufficient virus testing. Zhao Wei, director at the Biosafety Research Center of Southern Medical University's School of Public Health, recently indicated to state media that the appearance of new variants shows the coronavirus is far from gone and continues to evolve. In response, one current affairs commentator noted that the CCP carefully selects which experts speak and what they say, all for specific reasons. They can no longer conceal the outbreak, which has caused numerous deaths, necessitating a foundation for addressing this crisis. Following the latest news, many netizens reported being infected with what they suspect is the KP.2 virus, with entire classes in some schools experiencing widespread fever and coughing. Some users are expressing skepticism and questioning the situation, with various comments reflecting concerns over the introduction of new vaccines and the possibility of more lockdowns. The mood among some is bleak and desperate, with comments like, "Viruses are everywhere, how can we go on living, and this means another severe wave is on the way." Others expressed fear, "We're doomed, I'm terrified and panicking, can't afford to die, what are we supposed to do, and is it even possible to live out our lives peacefully?" Another comment suggested, "Nature is punishing humanity." In December 2022, a major outbreak caused a sharp increase in cases across Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, and Guangzhou. The authorities stopped mandating COVID tests and barred hospitals from issuing COVID certificates. Since late last year, 2023, the situation has deteriorated nationwide, affecting children and young adults. Hospitals are overwhelmed, mortality rates are climbing, and instances of sudden deaths are frequent. Mr. Xiong from Jingzhou in Hubei province told NTD reporters, sudden deaths have increased at least tenfold compared to before the pandemic. Several people I knew in their 50s, all previously healthy, suddenly passed away. Mr. Zhang from Qiqihar in Heilongjiang province shared that deaths have become far too common, with many people just collapsing on the streets. People have shared with NTD reporters that repeated infections are common, and despite positive home tests, hospital treatments often assume mere colds. The overwhelming number of deaths has led to the construction of new funeral facilities this spring, affecting people of all ages. Scholar reveals key to Xi Jinping's grip on power. During his trip to Europe, Xi Jinping's visit was notable not only for health-related speculations but also for the books he gifted to President Macron in France. Xi's wife, Peng Liyuan, remarked that these were titles from their youth. In detail, she presented Macron with a collection of French literary classics, such as Flaubert's Madame Bovary, Dumas' The Three Musketeers, Dumas Phil's The Lady of the Camellias, Hugo's 93, and Stendhal's The Red and the Black. Notably, these books were all banned during China's Cultural Revolution. This means that during Xi Jinping and Peng Liyuan's childhood, these books were virtually inaccessible in China. Recently, Mr. Wang Dan, a prominent Chinese dissident and significant participant in the Tiananmen Square protests of 1989, used this moment to delve into the key factors behind Xi's ascent to power. He argued that given Xi's upbringing during the Cultural Revolution and his classification as Black 5, which led to forced labor in the countryside where he allegedly carried 200 kilograms of wheat for 10 miles, it's questionable whether he had the time or energy to read such a broad array of world literature. Yet, since rising to power, Xi has been known to frequently list books and discuss his extensive reading habits, which is a fact. Mr. Wang suggests that true bibliophiles don't flaunt how much they read. Therefore, those who constantly flaunt their reading lists and try to appear well-read often possess limited knowledge or none at all. His conclusion, Xi Jinping is actually a man of limited knowledge, and this lack of knowledge precisely made him the ideal candidate to succeed the CCP's ruling group. Wang also referred to Chen Boda, Mao Zedong's primary literary assistant, whose insights into Mao were unparalleled within the party. His son, Chen Xiaonong, revealed in a 2005 Hong Kong publication that Mao once outlined the qualities desirable in a successor before the Cultural Revolution began, explicitly demanding someone young, with little learning, and a stable stance. Mr. Wang believes that while the criteria of youth and a firm ideological stance are understandable, the party wouldn't opt for an older, non-communist figure. The insistence on minimal learning is particularly telling. Mao stressed the importance of having successors with scant education because he feared the independent thought that typically comes with higher learning. Such intellect could challenge the autocratic ideologies and disrupt the controlled narrative, making an educated successor a risk for the authoritarian regime. Looking back, the successors Mao groomed after displacing senior leaders like Liu Shaoqi and Lin Biao all shared the characteristics of being young, less educated, and ideologically consistent. Consider Wang Hongwen or the unremarkable Hua Guofeng. Even though Deng Xiaoping chose more educated successors like Hu Yaobang and Zhao Ziang, who were surrounded by individuals with extensive knowledge, they were ultimately removed from power. Jiang Zemin, despite his penchant for showing off, was far from learned. Hu Jintao was notoriously unread, with his bookshelf reportedly containing only books about the Soviet Union. Notably, even after Mao's death, the CCP continued to consider limited knowledge as a factor in choosing successors. When Xi Jinping was selected, he perfectly fit the profile: young, with limited knowledge, and a firm stance. Mr. Wang Dan concludes that Xi's ascent is directly linked to his fitting the specific successor profile Mao envisioned for the CCP. Understanding this is key to grasping why someone with Xi's limited educational and cultural breadth could firmly occupy the top leadership role, and it underscores the importance of knowing the CCP's historical context to understand its current state. Massive sale of Chinese entrepreneurs' data at 2 cents each. The Daily Economic News reported on May 14 that platforms named Tankcha and Lixiao Cloud are massively selling Chinese entrepreneurs' personal data. Shockingly, these sales are conducted openly, with both platforms actively pursuing customers through telemarketing. Tankcha, which touts its triple-checked real name verification process, advertises services like finding business owners' contact details and accurate telemarketing lists, using big data to ensure the reliability of the information it provides. A year's access costs 980 yuan, about $136, and allows users to query up to 5,000 enterprises monthly. Calculating at this maximum capacity, the average cost for each piece of entrepreneur's personal information comes to just 0.016 yuan, which is less than 2 cents per record. A test by a Daily Economic News reporter revealed the platform's features, including verification of legal entities and a search function for businesses using various criteria. Initial searches pulled up mobile numbers for 10 high-profile entrepreneurs. A sales representative emphasized the data's reliability, stating all numbers are confirmed through a stringent real name verification process with the big three telecom operators. Upon further investigation, the reporter verified the authenticity of these numbers through direct checks against known business figures, confirming their ongoing use by the entrepreneurs listed, including prominent names like Zhong Shanchen of Nongfu Spring, a Chinese bottled water and soft beverage company, and Qin Lihong of NIO, a Chinese multinational automobile manufacturer headquartered in Shanghai. Regarding Li Xiao Cloud, which is acclaimed as the industry's leading data probing service, boasting a database showcased on the Shanghai Data Exchange and 270 million registered enterprise records. Operated by Shanghai Wenjia Information Technology Company, Limited, the platform offers a yearly comprehensive data package for 16,800 yuan, about $2,325 and intelligent dialing robots at 5,000 yuan, about $692 each, capable of making 1,000 calls daily. Sales representatives claimed that both Tencent and the National SME Development Foundation are shareholders, using Tencent's branding and the Tencent Li Xiao Cloud label on their business cards. However, Tencent disclosed to investigative reporters that it holds less than a 9% stake, does not partake in daily operations, and was unaware of the platform's extensive telephone marketing of enterprise data. The sale of entrepreneurs' personal information by Li Xiao Cloud reflects practices similar to those on Tankcha. Investigative journalists verified entrepreneurs' contact details after conducting spot checks on several companies listed on the platform. The sales team describes their data sourcing methods as follows: utilizing big data technology to capture phone numbers and match them with names of legal representatives from business registrations, collaborating with the three major telecom operators, China Mobile, China Unicom, and China Telecom, to access real-name phone information, purchasing data from major platforms, and leveraging big data plus superchain analysis to integrate information across platforms. In response to media scrutiny, China Mobile and China Unicom categorically denied any involvement with the platform in selling customer data. China Telecom has not yet responded. CCP announces issuance of ultra-long bonds, debt security questioned. On May 13, the Chinese Communist Party's Ministry of Finance announced the issuance of 1 trillion yuan in ultra-long-term special government bonds. These bonds, which are exempt from fiscal deficit calculations, will be issued in various tranches throughout the year: 300 billion yuan, about $41.5 billion in 20-year bonds, 600 billion yuan, about $82.8 billion in 30-year bonds, and 100 billion yuan, about $13.8 billion in 50-year bonds, with the first tranche of 40 billion yuan, about $5.5 billion in 30-year bonds set for release on May 17. Mr. Guoxiang's son, an associate professor at Southern University of Science and Technology in Taiwan, attributes the decision to issue these bonds to the sluggish economic recovery post-COVID-19, characterized by insufficient domestic demand and low private investment. Recent data from the People's Bank of China underscores this economic struggle, showing a rare decrease in new social financing by 198.7 billion yuan in April and new bank loans that did not meet market expectations. Analysts interpret the bond issuance as an attempt by the party to boost investment and consumption, noting the party's tendency to manipulate data to mask economic challenges. Xu Hongli, Vice Dean of Beijing Institute of Accounting, explains that these special bonds are designated for major national strategic implementations and security capacity building in key areas, such as technological innovation and energy security. However, Epoch Times columnist Wang He criticizes the initiative, arguing that the projects funded by these bonds are unlikely to generate sufficient returns, potentially worsening the country's debt situation. He also points out that keeping these bonds off the budget books raises significant concerns about the safety of the government debt, potentially exacerbating rather than alleviating China's debt crisis. Hunan merchant discovers nearly 500 million yuan in unpaid gas bills, sparks heated debate. On May 13, Mr. Li, a merchant from Xinjiang, Hunan, found that his gas bill showed an outstanding balance of nearly 500 million yuan, about $69.13 million. Mr. Li explained that his store had been closed for some time, and when it shut down, his account had over 90 yuan, about $12.44, remaining. However, a recent check revealed a staggering debt of over 400 million yuan, which took him by surprise. After reporting the issue to the gas company, his account was promptly corrected. A reporter learned from the gas company that the error was due to a problem with their back-end system. This incident has led to lively discussions among the public. Internet technology blogger and prominent Weibo user Liu Xixin expressed concern over the recent surge in gas bills in Chongqing. He questioned whether the issue stemmed from faulty meters or incorrect gas flow. He also highlighted the unsettling possibility of meter data being manipulated, further fueling public anxiety. Since April, residents across multiple districts and counties in Chongqing have reported a significant increase in their gas bills following the installation of smart gas meters by the gas company, despite maintaining similar gas usage patterns. This has led to suspicions that the meters might be malfunctioning or running fast. Similar concerns have been voiced by residents in several cities in Sichuan province, including Chengdu, resulting in a growing number of complaints. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. If you find the information helpful, please share this video with a friend to watch together. This will be a great source of motivation for our team to produce more and more quality and reliable videos. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths. Thank you for tuning in.